The Mentalist centers around Patrick Jane, a former fake psychic who uses his skills in manipulation and knowledge of human behavior to help law enforcement. This is all in the larger goal of tracking down Red John, the serial killer who murdered his wife and child, because Jane, while still pretending to be a sidekick, mocked him on national television. While most assume his intention is to bring Red John to justice, to achieve a sort of personal redemption, he eventually reveals that his intent all along was to kill Red John. Notably, after he made this revelation, the next two episodes directly dealt with revenge killings. A mother who killed to avenge a neglectful, if accidental, killing of her teenage daughter, and a young man who killed to avenge the deliberate murder of his best friend and father figure. A key scene from the TV show Mentalist was when Jane asked them both the same question: was it worth it? Is revenge killing really worth it? The woman broke down in tears, saying that in the end it didn't change anything. From the woman's emotions, it was clear to see that she was outside her comfort zone. Revenge had made her act in a way that was irrational, and definitely in a way that she would not have acted before. The man, on the other hand, said that it was completely worth it, and that it was a cleansing experience, I quote. Neither of these answers comfort Jane. The man's answer is very significant indeed, and is shown by the following clip.
Excuse me, Patrick. I was looking for you. Seems they're going to drop the attempted murder charge. The evidence tampering is another matter, but my attorney is going to work out a deal for probation.
Wow, that's very good for Jackson.
Yeah, I'm told that somebody high up in your office was very influential with the DA.
Wasn't me. Good to see you.
Yeah. Well, I brought you a gift anyway.
Oh, listen, thank you, but I
Please?
I can't.
Please.
Okay. Should I open it now?
No.
Was it worth it?
Was what worth it?
The man that killed your wife no longer exists. The time you took pursuing him, the pain, the sacrifice, wasn't worth it.
Yes, it was.
Another TV show I will be focusing on is called Once Upon a Time. In this television series, fairy tale characters are transported to the real world, but their memories are completely erased by the evil Queen Regina. The residents live indifferently in Storybrooke, Maine, and are unaware they are aging at all. Emma Swan was transported to the town before she could be cursed, and therefore she's the only person who can break the curse. The entire story behind Once Upon a Time is based on revenge. This is because the evil queen, Regina, wanted to get back at Snow White for unintentionally telling Regina's manipulative and abusive mother, Cora, about her affair with the stable boy. This leads the entire society into the start of darkness, and poor Snow White is unaware that she did anything wrong. The pilot episode is a great example of how revenge can be rational. Though a television show that is based on fantasy, it is a great representation of the real world. The evil's queen desire for revenge leads her to create disorder in a land where before there was fantasy and fun. This could portray the fact that revenge causes individuals to do things beyond what they would usually do. Perhaps the evil's queen's anger was too much to behold, and the result she had to vent it out somehow. The fact that the queen is behind her revenge enhances the effect of the revenge. It is done to show how much revenge can consume an individual if we let it. The moral of this is that an eye for an eye will always make our decisions rash and unpredictable. It is important to be considerate of the consequences of our decisions before we make them. This is demonstrated by the following clip.
Ready for some fairy tales?
They're not fairy tales. They're true. Every story in this book actually happened.
Of course it did.
Use your superpower. See if I'm lying.
Just because you believe something doesn't make it true.
That's exactly what makes it true. You should know more than anyone.
Why is that?
Because you're in this book.
Oh, kid, you've got problems.
Yep, and you're gonna fix them.
Revenge happens occasionally on 24, especially when a terrorist is about to get immunity while a victim wants revenge. In Season 3, Kim notes that the death of Nina Myers, who killed her mother, does not bring her closure in any way, even though she wanted her dead for a long time. In Season 7, Olivia Taylor becomes angry that Jonas Hodge, the man responsible for her brother's death, is going to be placed in witness protection, so she orders a hit on him, calling it off too late. During that season, Tony Almeida's desire for revenge for his wife and unborn son drives him to plan on tracking down and killing the head of the conspiracy. As shown again, revenge causes irrationality. There is more killing as a result of it. Revenge does not bring any comfort, but instead more pain, because you have become the person you were going against in the first place. We see Tony Almeida surprisingly attacking wild and detritus tries to obtain revenge for the murder of his wife. This is an example of irrationality again. Revenge makes you act in a way that you never had before.
He's the one who ordered the hit on David Palmer. And he had Michelle killed to cover his tracks. This is the man who murdered my wife, Jack.
Michelle and me, they got not all this. We made it out together. We never had started all my life. Until you came along and took it all away. So it's
Another example of irrationality of revenge is displayed in the TV show Gargoyles. This is especially a good example of revenge because it is an animation. In essence, animation makes a message more simpler and easier to understand for a mass audience. We also analyzed an animation show to add a little dynamism and show that it exists in a variety of different TV shows. In episode 1, the Gargoyles go after the Vikings who are distracting them away from the castle. When the Gargoyles go back, they find that all the other gargoyles on the walls are smashed and the castle is destroyed. This shown in the following clip. They seek revenge, but they turn to stone. This is a great example of the irrational nature of revenge. The stone in this case could symbolize how revenge can make an individual confused and rash about the decision to make. It could also show that once we enter the path of revenge, there is no going back. It is stuck in stone and we have no choice. Therefore, being practical about our decisions is important because we only have one life.
stone at night. What sorcery is this?
Sorcery indeed. And now you shall join them. Princess.
Oh, Meekis.
Veronica Mars is a revenge addict. When she starts to run short on targets for personal revenge, she looks for other people to get revenge for. Her best friend Lily gets murdered. While investigating this murder, she discovers her detective skills and solves other cases for friends. But this is irrational in the sense that it is clear that she is simply grieving for Lily's murder. Instead of taking a minute to compose herself, she embarks on other journeys. Revenge can make people act in ways that they would not usually act. She even gets raped in a party as shown by this clip. These consequences are all a result of jumping into a situation too fast. Irrationality can have profound effects. Her rash decisions have taken her all the way to the bottom of society and class.
You want to know how I lost my virginity? So do I. I went to a party at Shelley Pomeroy's just to show everyone their whispers and backstabbing didn't affect me. It was a mistake. don't know who handed me the drink. I wish I did. It turns out it was your basic rum, Coke, and roofie.
Having a show named Revenge is already in itself a desperate call to attention. Viewers would automatically expect to see revenge, seeing it is a natural part of human emotion, and whenever the show fails to meet their full expectations, they are disappointed. One particular reason is revenge's irrationality, revenge that seems out of place in the course of the show, and leads to further questions about revenge's legitimacy as a whole. Revenge is primarily based on the theme of betrayal, a common one in the show Revenge, and therefore you see the revenge attempting to fit the crime. In the show, you have Emily Thorne, also known as Amanda Clark, returning to the Hamptons, an extravagant resident area, for the summer with the sole intent of revenge. Years ago, her father was wrongly convicted of a crime and later imprisoned. Therefore, she desired to get revenge on the people at the Hamptons who led to her father's unfortunate fate. The main person is Victoria Grayson, mother of two, wife, and the woman behind Emily's father's sentence in jail after betraying his love for her. Just as people possess complex emotions, revenge stems from several layers, such as lust, greed, and envy. It takes a complex route when you mix the motives of other people and the revenge seeker's mentality, which can be depicted in the show. The two characters, Emily and Victoria, are both evil and manipulative, which can be linked to other characters that we have seen in female-based revenge movies in class. Emily proceeds with her revenge by connecting with Victoria's son Daniel in order to get revenge from within the emotions. However, this is where revenge gets irrational, for Emily, as a result, has an internal conflict with her own emotions. For instance, as a result, in the following scene in the show, Jack, Emily's friend's husband, attempted to get the truth out of Emily in her relationship with Amanda, the friend. However, Emily was masked by her desire for revenge. Therefore, she tried to avoid the confrontation as much as she could. Jack discovered new things about Emily, such as parts of her disheartening past, but there were still some things obviously hidden. Even though Emily did not expect this abrupt reality, especially since Amanda had just died, she worked to make sure her plan could still have been continued. Now this is where revenge works against a seeker, when intuition and exposure plays into the path for revenge. Revenge's strength and full purpose is lessened.
Hey. I saw you on TV. Sure, it wasn't easy watching Conrad capitalize on all this. Here, let me help you.
Thank you.
Remember when Amanda first moved in here? She said it was the first place that ever felt like home.
Except for her father's cottage, which now belongs to you. You gonna put that in your eulogy?
No.
What about your time together in juvie? I always wondered how you got so close, so fast. Did she pick you up from Allenwood like she promised? It was in the duffel bag with the computer she was hiding, or you were both hiding, as far as I know.
Jack?
On top of all the misery, to find out that you were lying to me too. You didn't just know each other, you were like
It
sisters.
was a part of my past I didn't want anyone to know about.
Why? Didn't want to tarnish your perfect image?
The same reason you didn't tell me what was happening with the Ryan brothers. Pride. Self-preservation.
What else didn't you tell me out of self-preservation?
That Amanda loved you from the moment that she met you. And none of that ever stopped. Not in the foster homes, not in juvie. None of that was a lie.
Did you know about her plan for the Graysons?
Jack.
Actually, you know what? I don't want to hear it. Emily, you're Carl's godmother. If you knew, I can't believe you would let Amanda put herself, all of us, in that kind of danger.
Jack, I am so sorry about everything.
I don't have time for this. I gotta bury my wife in an hour. Please, just go.